They might listen to your show for a while, and then
but there are other shows on there which are pretty good to listen to, as if on Phonic FM as well. But it's whether the trouble with Access All Areas, you can actually listen to it over and over again,
right?
Because it's there in front of you on the internet.
Yes,
it's getting quite a dangerous word to say, isn't it?
Well, it is. It is. So look, JD, what I'm going to do, I'm going to play a clip from another BBC clip, because we do nick them every so often, or borrow them for the purpose of comment,
right?
Which I think is reasonable. But we're sort of exploring this, how much you can just take clips and put them somewhere else. But because we've been talking about whether the robots are going to take over either our job, so that FM might survive, but run by robots rather than presenters.
This is a robot. You thought it was Will Pollard, but it's a robot.
Yeah, no, there might still be sort of plausible voices, but all the decisions will be made by somebody.
We wouldn't know if it was a robot or not.
No,
we could be robots now.
Well, it's possible, isn't it? It's quite possible. And people won't bother to retune to radio. They'll stick with Facebook, for example, or some social media. Other social media is available. Mm-hmm. But artificial intelligence or machine learning, something is behind all this data and these voices. Because we've been talking quite a lot about voice interfaces for computers. John who does the Tuesday show, the We Don't Know show, and also Chris when he's here, they're both into their iPhones, so Siri has been part of their lives for a long time, and Siri's very nice, seems to know the answer, very helpful, but you just have to realise that this intelligent system is controlled by a global corporation, as is the Amazon one and the Google one, and they're all what's the word? I just think we should be a little bit careful about them along the line. So I'm going to play this clip, which is on the Newsday page, BBC World Service. It's a sort of remark from Facebook, who are having a conference at the moment, and I think it's just, you could be a little bit frightened of this, but anyway, it's interesting as well. If you want to find it, it's called Facebook Shares Brain-Centered Ambitions.
Today announced its intention to do a few things, and one of them included being able to take the words that you're thinking in your head and then type them out to a computer. And not only that, they want to be able to make this happen 5 times smarter than the speed you type on your smartphone. They want it to be 100 words per minute.
Would that work with, I don't know, some sort of brain implant or something?
So there is going to be some hardware. What it looks like is still kind of under question. Facebook told me that maybe it's going to be a headband or possibly something that's attached to augmented reality glasses or something that they haven't thought of yet. So the future will tell, but yes, you're going to have to wear something.
There's also this idea of, they call it communicating via touch. Now, to me, that doesn't sound like very high tech, but I think it is.
Exactly. It's definitely going to take some technology. The details right now are still pretty thin as to how this is going to play out. But one of the examples that they gave that spoke to me while I was there was they talked about, imagine being able to communicate to someone that you don't speak the same language as, and instead you communicate a word via touch and it will translate to them in their language. Now, this all sounds pie in the sky, but you know that they have 60 researchers working on this stuff, and the former head of DARPA on the case. So I would say that, if anyone can do it, it would be this group. What Facebook today announced was intent.
So that would be great. We could have a brain implant, everybody in the extra area within range of 106.8 FM. We could know what kind of mood they're in, and we could play blues music or uplifting music, whatever. What do you think, JD? Do you think that would be a good thing?
I've been thinking about it, pondering. The system he was talking about is where we can talk to other people, the other side of the world, without having to learn the language.
Yeah,
that's where technology would be really good.
Yep, no, that sounds great.
I think that's part of it. Wonderful, because and also for the disabled person, That's where technology would be great, but I don't go for games and those sort of things. Things that entertain you, is not not my cup of tea really. Even though I know radio entertains you,
But you won't.
but this is electronic wave stuff. It always goes back to the days. You see, they're on Facebook, or at the moment there's loads of pictures about how it was when the children used to go and play in the mud, that sort of thing.
Right.
And you got a photograph underneath of a whole bunch of kids all on their phones,
Right.
and that's it. So it's changed from sitting around doing nothing to actually being a child. So you miss out on the childhood days and those sort of things. So technology can be good, and then again, there's a big bad point as well.
So the virtual reality part of it, the wearing a helmet and not having, well, thinking you've gone outside.
I have to laugh at that one because I think it's quite bizarre, really.
So that doesn't appeal to you.
No, it doesn't. No, no. You can't open your eyes and look at the world through your own brain patterns, and you have to put a silly pair of goggles on to have a look at it. I can understand if you're blind or whatever, but that's fine. But I suppose, in a way, that will help disabled people, blind people specifically. But you and I, who can see and but the world, you just don't need another pair of something on to tell you, you're going outside and there's a tree. I think I can put two and two together and say that's a tree quite easily.
Right. So we're better going out having a look off at ourselves.
Mm.
Yeah. Well, that sounds about right.
Mm.
Okay. Well, we'll see what happens. I'm just slightly disturbed. If it's an organisation that's there to retail more stuff or sell more advertising, whatever, the idea it gets inside my brain and knows what sort of mood I'm in.
Well, it's
a little bit disturbing.
There's a lot of things there like that. You see that people in an authoritarian got to tell you you've got to do this, you've got to do that, and so us the humans are controlled by other people. So to step out of the system a little bit, I think it'd be great. Somebody, says, no, I'm not doing that. I don't believe in doing that. I'll do it that way.
Right.
That means that you've taken your own decision, not somebody else's decision, and a machine.
Right. Okay.
There you go.
So, we'll just have to see how it all works out and what we're all doing.